Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Today I call my farmer that I normally sell super glue for. I call this man today to come and explain to us how can we use super glue for our farm. Is either rice, yam, corn, beans, anything you want to farm. How can you use super glue for it to make you have a good result with our fantastic fertilizer super glue, organic super glue that did not have any chemical? This my farmer is going to explain to us how can we use the super glue perfectly that is not going to harm our crops or whatever we want to plant. Let's proceed. Good morning, Mr. Siwa.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Yeah. Thank you for coming today because I've been expecting you since all this while, but I thank God that you come today.
Yes,
How is your business going?
Very okay, very fine.
I sure you are using our super glue very well.
Super glue is my #1 base fertilizer that I've ever used. Though I have been using other chemical fertilizer like NPK, urea and others, but seriously, he has not been giving me the result that I want like super glue. Because super glue, #1, I use it and it's economical in the sense that where I can broadcast 1 bag of NPK, 1 liter of super glue can take more than 5 times of that 1 bag of that NPK, of which the rate, that is the money to buy that NPK, is even more higher than this. So I use super glue as #1 and it worked for me perfectly.
Thank you very much for the explanation. But we now want to ask,
to buy that NPK is even more higher than this. So I use super glue as #1 and it worked for me perfectly.
Thank you very much for the explanation. But we now want to ask, how do you do it that whenever you plant you have good result? We want a deep explanation. Maybe what are you, if I may ask, what do you use super glue for?
Though I use super glue on different varieties of crop because I'm a commercial farmer, of which I farm different types of crops. I farm yam, I farm rice, I farm maize, that is corn, guinea corn, cassava, different crops. I farm them and I sell them for commercial.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
That's very unique. And you use super glue for everything.
Yes, I use super glue for it.
And it's very active.
It gives me a good harvest, of which I have a bumper harvest every year.
Wow, that's fantastic. For you that you are watching this video today and you have been thinking, what can I use for my crop? What can I use to start for farming? We have been hearing from our farmer called Mr. Siwa. He has been using our super glue for many years today and is giving him a good result and a tangible result. Let's hear from him. How are you using the super glue as an example? Maybe you should give us a deep example of how do you plant your rice that give you good result. How do you plant your cassava, corn and so on? How do you make use of everything? Can we hear from you?
Wow, that's a fantastic question I'm waiting for.
Wow.
So as I earlier said that I have different crops that I use super glue for, of which #1 I use it for rice. But the measurement, that is how you can use super glue on rice, will not be the same with yam. They have different quantities of measurement. That is for rice, if you want to use super glue on rice, #1, when you have tilled your farm, that is the tillage or harrowing the farmland, you spray or you plant your rice, they leave it after 21 days, that is 3 weeks. So after that 21 days, then you pick your super glue. You measure 4 ml to 1 liter of water. And we know definitely 1 liter like this is equivalent to 1,000 ml. That is 1 liter. Then 1,000 ml, if you want to use it for the rice, you use 4 ml to 1 liter of water. That is how you apply it. Then if you are using it for a drum, then you have to measure at least, use this one, 2 drums. Don't use it 4, because according to the measurement is ratio 1 to 1, that is 1 ml to 1 liter of water. But due to nature of our farm, you know, some of our farm has been using other chemicals of which it make the land to be more soft, and it, in fact, it breaks down the fertility of the farm, of which the farm cannot produce more. So for you to use super glue, use 4 ml instead of 1. Use 4 to 1 liter. That is, you divide this one into 2. That is 2 drums. That is 250 liters of water.
Hey, sorry, sir. If I may ask, you are talking about a drum. Is it that this 1 liter of super glue, you are going to pour it inside a 1 drum?
No. What I mean, you divide this into 2. That is 1 liter. This one is for 2 drums.
Okay.
This one also for 2 drums. But if you are going for this 5 liter, then you need to make use of 10 drums, because this one contains 20 drums. But if you are using this, make sure it's 10 drums you are using to spray all this. Then after you know the measurement, after 21 days, go and spray it. It's either in the morning, around 6 to 10 o'clock, you are done with your spraying. Whether you are done, you are not done, once it's 10 o'clock, stop it. Then in the evening time, around 3:30 to down around 7 if you can, then you can spray super glue. That is first stage. The second stage, you leave it for at least 2 weeks, that is 14 days. That is the first one after 21 days of planting, then the second one after 14 days again. So after 14 days, you spray your super glue on the crop again, on the rice. So when you spray the super glue on the rice after 14 days, you leave it. After 21 days, that is the last one, because you have to use it for 3 times before harvesting the rice. So you use it after 21 days again and spray it. And because that time the rice would have been growing the head, that is almost getting the seed out of the main rice. So you use the super glue and spray it, and that is how you use it, and it will give you a very wonderful grain of rice, of which it doesn't develop. You know, there are some rice that you can see, you see the flowers that the rice has produced is not having pigment inside. But when you use super glue, you will not see something of that nature again. All of the rice will be okay, and your rice will be clean and okay. That is for rice.
Wow, you explained this fantastic. You are good on it. It shows that you have been using our super glue.
I have been using super glue for the last 3 years. Though I have been using chemical fertilizer for more than 6 years, but it has not been giving me result as I use super glue for the good 3 years now. I have not applied any chemical fertilizer. I just based on super glue. For these 3 years, seriously, I have been harvesting what I have not been harvesting then when I'm using the other chemical fertilizer.
Wow.